Hey, all right, we're live on TikTok with people like popping in for 1 second going, why are these assholes ignoring us? And now we are live everywhere. So, hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. My name is Nathan Timmel. I am a stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. I'm trying to move my phone so that I don't have to look left and right. I want to just look straight forward. There we go. So now I just sort of look up and down, and I can bob between the two live streams. Yeah.
That too.
I'm just happy not to have man tits this week. I have a loose-fitting shirt instead of a form-fitting shirt. Rich is here. Hello.
Double mastectomy, people.
Todd, yes, I had man boob cancer, just like Archer. And I went on a rampage to fight the Irish mobsters that were stealing the chemo medicine, just like Archer.
Oh, I don't think I saw that episode.
Oh, Archer's the best show ever. I mean, the very first episode, he makes a joke where there's a secret agency, and he said, we need to train you in the art of self-defense. And he goes, oh, you're going to teach me Kung Fu? He's like, Kung Fu, the Dane Cook of martial arts? I'm like, I am in.
Oh, yeah, I watched like the first, I don't even know how many seasons, man. It's one of those I haven't really kept up with. But I watched the first, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them. Something.
Yeah, no, it's all good. All right, so much to get to. I want to put everything together. So we got 2 Charlie Kirk stories. So let's just start. I want to start by bragging. I called it last week. I said you don't fight speech with violence because I'm brave, and I say brave things like that. I'm very woke. I said South Park nailed it. Someone says something stupid and is a dipshit, and South Park mocks them. That's the way the world works. Well, Charlie Kirk's producer said he wants Comedy Central to put the show back up. Andrew Colvett, an executive producer on The Charlie Kirk Show and a close friend of the slain conservative activist, said Charlie Kirk loved that he was featured in South Park and would have wanted the episode satirizing him to continue airing. So this idea that, hey, we made fun of someone and then something really tragic happened, an assassination, and now we have to like pretend that he didn't say horrible things and that nobody made fun of it. Life happens and shit happens, and you don't like rewrite history. So I was glad to see that the executive producer came out and said, no, put it back up.
Yeah, to Charlie Kirk's credit, I remember when that came out, and I remember hearing clips of him laughing about it, and he changed like Cartman as him to his profile picture for a little while. And
I didn't know that, but that's awesome.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
He played off it well better than that stupid Christy Nome did.
Yes, he went with it. If you bitch and complain, you're adding fuel to the fire. If you're like, you got me.
Where she bitch and complain, going, they're just sexist and make fun of women for their looks, and it's like, what do you? I mean, yeah. Timmel, your mic's kind of hot.
Mine is?
Yeah. It sounds like it's pretty hot, but let me turn mine up a bit.
Where's my gain?
There we go.
All right.
Should be a little better.
All right, I dropped mine just a touch. So
okay, and I raised mine a touch. So hopefully,
all right. So hopefully we'll even out.
Yeah.
The other Charlie Kirk story is not as fun. It's not bad.
But let me just say about Chrissy. And then she said, well, they could have. They just made fun of me for my looks. And if they wanted to talk about my job, fine. It's like, hey, dummy, you should watch the episode. They did talk about your job.
They talked about your job. They talked about you shooting puppies.
And you shooting dogs. That was the highlight of the episode, is randomly throughout the episode, she would be getting her makeup done or talking to the press or something. And then she'd be like, everybody duck. Ka, 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 ka. It would just light up some poodle. Fucking hilarious.
It was great because I thought it was a beautiful throwback to the early days of South Park, where Ned and Jimbo had you. They're coming right at us. They're coming right at us. Remember they had to shout, "They're coming right at." So it was just like
had them do a cameo and shot dogs together.
Oh, that would have been great. But either way. So the other Charlie Kirk story is, oh my God, if I were to ever be a multi-billion-dollar corporation, I would not want to be Starbucks. Why does everyone always go to Starbucks for their fucking petty bullshit? Starbucks responds to viral Charlie Kirk drink order controversy. Says customers can use whatever name they want per order. I saw a video before I saw the news article of someone like, and the name on the order, Charlie Kirk. And then they get the coffee and they fucking smash it on the ground. And it's like, you just paid for it, dummy. You're making some poor, worker clean up the coffee. Starbucks has your money. What do you get out of like?
I like that. I like that is the origin story of the next right wing influencer. Is this douchebag goes in there and be like, see, look, I got Charlie Kirk as my name.
Yeah.
Fuck Charlie Kirk. And then some guy comes.
No, it's not fuck Charlie Kirk. It's literally I got Charlie Kirk as my name. I win. I'm a hero. Like they always like they ask for Jesus Christ or they ask for.
I thought you said they were stepping on the cup.
Well, no, they're not angry. The one guy did it out of anger because like, see, I got Charlie Kirk smash.
That's what I'm making a reference to. The idea of the Starbucks employee coming over with a mop who was like, I hated all the Charlie Kirk's views too, but I hate this guy more. Now I think we should build the wall. And he starts a podcast and then just blows up as some right-wing guy. Then that's his arch villain right-wing influencer origin story. It's that douchebag making him clean up his latte.
Gotcha. No, because the guys ordering under Charlie Kirk's name aren't smashing it to defy it. They're just smashing it but they always, and the name on the cup, Merry Christmas. Oh, you're a fucking hero. Look at you. Like why does everybody always go to fucking Starbucks with their petty bullshit? That's what I want to know. Is that Starbucks always gets fucked? It's always Starbucks.
There are no good guys in this story. The guy asking for his name on his Starbucks cup to be Charlie Kirk is a douchebag. The barista, or as I call them, coffee shop employees, I still call them that. I dead named them that. Yeah. That's what they used to be called in my day. The coffee shop employees.
Not baristas.
I'm taking a stand and I will not write Charlie Kirk on a cup. Like, it's a douchebag too. So it's douchebag on douchebag douchery is what we have, which is douchebag with that little 2 in the corner.
Douchebag squared.
Yeah.
All right, so on here. We haven't touched our mics since we said we fixed this. Like, right up here, May says that there's a volume difference, so I turned mine down a little. Jake turned his up. Rich says it's, but then now we're back to. But we haven't touched anything. Like something's going wrong because.
Because StreamYard, I just went into settings. And it's getting me all the way up to 5 out of 5 bars there when I talk. So
I don't
automatically adjust mic volume. Yeah, there it is, man. I don't know what else to do. I got to blame StreamYard on this one.
I do too, because like we got the thing, we set our volumes, and like for it to just cut out, I don't know.
Pretty wild, man.
So yeah, that's what's going on. I have to say that the Jimmy Kimmel thing, it's nice that they're like Ted Cruz is speaking out about the FCC. Yeah. There was a couple other conservatives I saw that but what a time to be alive. Like the absolute fuck. I love my favorite video right now is the back-to-back of JD Vance saying, like, we are fighting for freedom of speech, and then cut like, call these people, call their employer, get them fired. It's like, just fucking shut up. What happened to government out of people's bullshit?
Well, look, even if he's saying that, I mean, that's still technically the government, even though he's not passing a policy.
Right.
It's one thing if people are complaining and that's why you get fired, right? It's another thing if the FCC is threatening the network because they don't like what you
Which
said.
happened, yeah.
So all you assholes out there going, yeah, but what about when the left got Roseanne fired? Blah, 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 blah. What about Gina Carano or whatever? All these people. Yeah, I was against that too.
Yeah.
This is different. It's a different thing. People were being douchebags online or whatever and got those people fired. Fair enough. That wasn't coming from the White House. Joe Biden wasn't having the head of the FCC go to ABC or whoever.
Well, Trump was president, and that was the best part. As someone said, Obama got Trump fired. And everybody's like, that happened in 2018, fuckface. Right. Trump was president then.
And there's a difference between pressure coming from people on Twitter or whatever getting mad and saying they're going to boycott, and that's why the company fires you. There's a
and the head of the FCC saying you can do this the easy way or the hard way. You got to shut these people up.
Yeah, because that's like the First Amendment thing is the government can't tell you not to say anything, right? Private companies can do whatever the fuck they want. You're their employee. You're speaking on their behalf. So if they don't like what you're saying.
Yeah, and we both said Disney was fucking stupid for firing Gina, like, or especially why they did it. Like, I have made it very clear. I watched that season of The Mandalorian. Gina is a block of wood. She's not a very dynamic actress. All they would have had to say is, yeah, we're going in a different direction. Why? Let's look at your performance. You know, like,
I think she did
hi.
fine. Got the look for it. You know, it's
yeah.
Not, again, it's not The Godfather. You know what I mean? It's not. It's a space movie for kids where she's got to fucking shoot a droid. I think she's got that. Pew pew. She's got that.
Well, back to the government, like, because they said they're I believe the head of the FCC said they're looking at The View next, and from everything I've heard, I don't watch it, but there are a lot of shit. What's that?
They ain't been saying shit.
That's what I was just going to say. Every single report I read said they did not touch on the Jimmy Kimmel thing, which is funny because Whoopi said the dumbest fucking thing from September 13th, 7 days ago, this news article. Whoopi Goldberg lashes out at Democrats, says they should have, quote, kept their mouths shut about Biden. I mean, you and I have that's the whole point. But she says they should have done it even after the debate. Like, they should have just remained the status quo. It's like, how fucking dumb are you? Like we all saw how impaired he was, and we've talked about this. So for her to come out today and say, like, no, you still should have backed Biden, the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't think that's necessarily a crazy thought when the alternative is turning to your party and saying, yeah, I know we were going to have a primary and we said we had but we just noticed he's really old. Did you guys know he's fucking old? Like, yeah, we did. You were the only people, the people running the party, the actual politicians in office, were the only ones telling us this guy was fine. Now you're telling us he's not after the primary. I think that's a pretty big fuck you to your own base by
it is
doing that. So it might have been better keeping him as the nominee, because let's face it, anybody who voted for him in the primary kind of knew that he was old. You know?
But nobody voted for him in the primary. And when I say nobody, obviously he won the states that they right. But the whole point is voter turnout was, so in 2020 it was like, okay, we have to beat Trump. But when it's just like, hey, Biden, take it or leave it. Say, I'm just going to make these numbers up. Say 1 million people turned out to vote in 2020. You were going to get 700,000. You were going to get diminishing returns. They weren't.
Well, but that was, keep in mind, that's a primary when there's an incumbent in. So there's no point in showing up and voting.
True, but I bet it would have remained the same. I bet with a second shitty debate or pulling the debate, I think people would have been unenthused, because that's what happened in 2016. In 2016. My wife canvassed. She went door to door. She had a list of registered Democrats. It wasn't like this. She wasn't trying to swing independent voters or anything. They said, here's a list. Just go and make sure they are voting. And she had so many people saying, I'm just not excited by Hillary. I'm sitting this one out. Like, people that were...
Don't get me wrong. I think you're misunderstanding me here.
Okay, I might be.
I'm not saying that... they for sure should have left him in. Like, when you've been telling people for 4 years this guy's fine, and then you don't have the primary, and then you have a debate that goes that bad where he's totally not fine.
Right.
You only have a series of bad decisions to make. You have, what is the least bad decision? Do we say fuck the primary? We're just going with his VP.
Yeah.
Do we weekend at Bernie's this? And just kind of drag him to put the sunglasses on, play the steel drum music, and try to get him through.
Which, by the way,
are not great options.
Let me interrupt. That is my absolute favorite scene in the movie, is after he falls off the back of the boat and they pull him back in. Andrew McCarthy goes, ah! And Silverman goes, what? He goes like, he lost my glasses. And that's such a great delivery. Like he's freaking out, like he's been bashed by the buoy or whatever, or waterlogged.
Movie long enough that I.
Oh, but it's just that moment I always because it made me laugh so loud because he's in the water. Bernie Lomax is in the water, and they start noticing he's hitting dinghies. It's like ding, and like what's that sound? Ding, like just smacking into him. And so his reaction, like you think his face is smashed or whatever. He's like, no, he lost my glasses or he broke my glasses. Whichever one it was, it's just a funny misdirect that I will. So Todd says Trump is making TV stations sign an approved conservative ombudsman to oversee content. This is what Colbert talked about the other day when he called back to his old show. I did not read that. I didn't know.
It's nuts, man. Yeah, they're really going crazy with this whole thing. So don't let anybody on the right ever bitch to you about freedom of speech ever again, because Biden never did this. Biden never did this with any of that Twitter shadow banning. They're shadow banning me, like any of that. That was not coming from the FCC.
Well, the closest, the part they did do is they did request, and I don't know how much the thumb went down with the COVID. It was like Facebook and social media would sort of not deep. People got deplatformed for having different ideas about COVID. So, and they do say that the Biden influence. They didn't say, "Hey, we're mandating." We're like, "Hey, we need to get everybody on the same page." So that was government influence in a shitty way.
Yeah, no, and I didn't agree with that either. That said, they didn't have the FCC directly saying, "We will pull your license." If you don't adhere to what the fuck we're saying. For the most part, you just got the, they were putting lots of pressure on Rogan. And it was like, I'll slap a little blue thing next to the episodes where he talks about COVID that said, he talked about COVID in this.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot less extreme than what the hell we're seeing now.
And the funny thing is that what we're seeing right now with Kimmel is it literally is the same thing we saw with Colbert. It's like Disney wants to buy something and add it to their Hulu, ESPN, ABC, and to make him happy because it needs FCC. And it's just it's another it's an excuse. And the right is not wrong in saying that he didn't have great ratings. Like Colbert had the best ratings. What I do not remember is I saw a chart that showed the streaming revenue. Like John Oliver is on HBO, which is you don't go for the same kind of ratings ABC does. But when Oliver hits YouTube or other platforms, it just rakes in the money because that's where people that don't have HBO watch Oliver. I don't know how much Kimmel was making. I don't know. I know his ratings were less than Colbert. I don't know how much Kimmel was making.
Yeah, all that
sun's coming out. It's putting a weird fucking cut on me. I might have to.
With media, your tits are coming back.
Sun is highlighting them.
Even with late night, most traditional mainstream media is losing ratings just because people are watching more shit on the internet.
Right.
That's not new. Even if that's the case, fine. Why didn't they fire him a year ago, 2 years ago? Why? Oh shit! I think my computer just shut down, man.
You're still live on both. I see on TikTok and on StreamYard.
So let me unlock.
You just lose camera?
But yeah, let me just say, like, they fired him at the time they were getting pressure from the Trump administration in the FCC. So like this crap of, well, his ratings are, that's not the government's job to be like, we are stepping in because we've noticed that your ratings are bad.
Well, the government wasn't saying ratings were bad. Yeah, that was just the after effect.
That's his excuse, though. That's what he's saying is like, oh, that's why they fired him. It's like, no, they fired him when you put pressure on with the FCC. This isn't a fucking coincidence.
No, that's no. I'm just saying, it comes after the fact, but yeah, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, and it's scary times. But again, it's one of those moments where I really, really dislike having to agree with Ted Cruz, but Cruz is coming out and saying freedom of speech. This is what we fight for. You can say stupid shit.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
And when Ted Cruz is not hiding from natural disasters in its state on vacation to Cancun.
I wouldn't make it 20 years. I'd be fired much quicker. Ultra saying Nathan Tiller. So Kimmel Timmel, just the easy transition in the lettering. But see, here's my big problem. I take over as a host. Someone comes on like, all right, your movie looks like shit. Tell me why I should care. Like I can't fake it. Like I don't want to fucking glad handle Hollywood.
no Hollywood people would come back. You would just shit talk
No.
them the whole time.
I would just be like,
this movie sucks. It's not
so
as
horrible.
good as this obscure movie from the 1980s. It's no Weekend at Bernie's 2.
It's no Weekend at Bernie's 2 was horrible. Oh, I saw that once and I've never seen it a second time. It was like, it was just not good.
I honestly don't really remember either movie. I
Oh,
kind of wish I hadn't made that reference now because
one's a classic.
he asked me a single line out of it. I don't know. I think he's dead. I don't know. I think that's probably a line.
All right, let's only touch on this story for 1 second and then we'll move on because you said I think he's dead. I am not making fun here. I don't want to get canceled. I am not dishonoring anyone's death. I am just all about the irony. Brett James, Grammy-winning award, Jesus Take the Wheel songwriter, dies in plane crash. Online, I saw people saying, I guess Jesus doesn't know the difference between a wheel and a yoke. That's an airplane joke, but I mean, just the irony. It's sad for him. I guess his kid was on the plane. That's fucking horrible. Yeah. It is just the irony of having that fucking song be your biggest hit. Jesus, you take over. And the joke, right there, Jesus can't fly a plane. Tragic, but yeah, just.
Well, they didn't have planes in the Old Testament,
That's
Why
true.
them to drive?
That is true. All right, another funny story. The last one wasn't funny, sorry. French lady Brigitte Macron will present court with photographic and scientific evidence.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That proves she's a woman.
I hope they film it like the OJ trial.
Oh, Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron are currently suing right-wing podcaster Candace Owens over her claims Brigitte was born a man. This is the world we live in. Candace Owens says stupid shit all day, every day. She's a stupid person. And yeah, I taking it like, I will prove I am a woman in a man's voice like that. I can't do a female voice.
This whole lawsuit thing felt kind of petty from the president of France. You know who else that she and many on the right accused of having a dick? Michelle Obama. You know who didn't give a fuck or say anything about it publicly? Barack Obama. Why? Because he figured, I think it might be a little bit beneath me. This is kind of fucking stupid. If Michelle Obama had a dick, you don't think McCain would have brought it up? McCain would have been like, what about that big dick in your wife's pants? She's got a dick. Here's pictures of her as a man in college. Why she got a dick? Like that would have been. You don't think Macron's political opponents, because he's in the Liberal Party, from my understanding of it. There,
I think he's out though. No, didn't he just get?
What? Okay, but my point is, when he was running and indeed got elected as the president of France, you don't think the Conservative Party, if there was any evidence of this at all, would have been waving around going, "Hey, he's married to a trans person." You know what I mean? Like,
he's still president. I thought he just lost confidence. They're doing a snap election. I know France is fucked government wise, but I thought they just had a snap election or something.
The Conservatives would have brought this up.
Yeah,
like it would have came out. That dick would have came out in the past, no pun intended, and somebody would have been talking about it. Now, if you really want to slander him on this relationship, talk about how when they met, he was like 14 and she was like 87 or whatever. Like, that's what's weird about this relationship. Not
47 and 72. Yeah. But I just scrolled past it. Where's the good line? There. French couple's lawyer Tom Clare recently spoke with the BBC about how the conspiracy theory had affected them. Explained it. God damn it! There was a great line that said, "We will be using scientific," just like it says in the headline. Like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Do they have pictures of her like every year as a kid naked that they're gonna like show like, hey, this is her at age 4. See, no penis. Like, it's a little awkward and gross. The photos existed that show they're pregnant and raising children. So that's two of them. They show her as pregnant and raising kids. But Owens has become one of the most vocal proponents of an online theory that Brigitte was born a man, stole the identity of a woman, has been deceiving the public ever since. Many of these theories claim that the first lady was born a man named Jean-Mon Choron, who is actually Brigitte's brother. I mean, and I can't believe these podcasts are so popular, and who tunes into them and why? I
have not done a ton of research on the president of France's wife's dick or non-dick. I'm just saying it would have came up. The political opposition would have brought this up while he was running. I say the same thing about there's certain things, right? Now, after the last election, there was people on the left here trying to claim that like Trump stole it or whatever.
Yeah. We saw that.
And again, like I said before, you don't think that if there was any evidence to this at all that could be backed up at all, you don't think Harris and Walz and the DNC, like you don't think any of them would be taking this to court?
Gore fought in 2000 to,
Yeah. Gore took it to court in 2000 because that actually was really close. He didn't lose all 7 swing states like happened in the last one. It came down to one state and a couple of counties. And yeah, at that point, I get how the tinfoil hat comes on. Again, if there was any evidence to somehow show that he may have stolen the election, the Democrats would have brought it up. If there was any evidence that the president of France was married to a man, he was cross-dressing or a trans woman or blah, 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 you would have had the opposition party bringing this up and talking about it while he was running. So
yes. Missed a couple comments because I was rambling. I don't get, I'm sorry I'm late. I couldn't get past the smell of Jake's finger. Honestly, Todd, worse than Caddyshack 2? I've never seen Caddyshack 2. I've never heard a good thing. I've never gone down that path. I think I've seen
both of those like when I was a kid, but I don't really remember anything.
Caddyshack I have memorized. I can go along with that start, but Caddyshack 2, nope. Also on PayPal, Mike, I'm not sure what that means. Candace is really cute, but I think she's lost her mind. I don't know that she had a mind to lose. She is cute, which is probably why I still find her attractive, because I must say crazy for cute. No, she is an attractive woman. She's dumb as shit. But yeah. Macromosome. Is that a chromosome joke? Because it's pretty good.
I believe
Macromosome. That's funny. Macromosome. I thought
it was Macron, but like handsome. Like
I thought it's Macromosome. So you gotta.
I think it could be. I don't know. It's a lot of. It's hard to read regular French words, let alone like fake ones that are kind of mashed up with other words together. Man, it's a tough one. But yeah, I really. I'm looking forward to this trial, man.
I am too.
The lawyers are fired up. Like
how do you?
There's a few good men. Just does she have a dick? Answer the question. Like I hope they're going fucking nuts in that courtroom.
But I have a question. How do you sue? Maybe I haven't. Do you sue Candace Owen in a French court? Doesn't she just say "fuck you"? I'm saying in America. Like, how do you sue? Is it?
I don't think they're getting extradition over. He talks about my wife's fake dick.
Yeah, she's not flying there like I'm gonna defend myself. I do believe she has a dick. It's this lawsuit's kind of weird.
If you set me on fire like a modern day Joan of Arc, that lady's got a dick under that skirt, and I will prove it.
Rather than this way, in their lawsuit, so the right-wing host has disregarded all credible evidence disproving her claim in favor of platforming known conspiracy theorists and proven defamers, and rather than engage with President and Miss Macron's attempts to set the record straight, Owens mocked them and used them as additional fodder for her frenzied fan base. Well, yeah, like the whole thing is they're fighting an insane person with a serious game, like, let's have a serious debate over whether or not my wife has a penis. And she's just, you can't, of course she's just going to mock them even further, So I don't know what this lawsuit's going to do.
Again, I think they should have taken a chapter out of Obama's book and just fucking not said anything about this because it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know. I can see wanting to fight it, but.
I mean, I get being annoyed.
Yeah.
And look, I understand that like if most other countries don't have the same type of freedom of speech laws that we do.
Yeah.
So that might be a little more common here. If you talk about the leader of a country's wife's dick in most places, you know what I mean? Like try doing that in Saudi Arabia. You get your dick cut off. I mean, that's just, they don't like that. And a dick would be easier to hide underneath all those bed sheets. So if anything, that's where you go to do the conspiracies. You know what I mean? That's where it's like, look at her. Here's a picture of a woman in a burqa. Now here's a picture of a burly trucker in a burqa. They look exactly the same. The royal prince is married to a man in a burqa. Like that's where you go to do that shit. Now you got to have
that should be our stance right now. That we should do a series of podcasts where that's all we talk about for the entire hour until the president of France sues us, and then we become famous.
That's right. And then we do a sequel to that podcast where we talk about the king of Saudi Arabia being married to a man, and we get Charlie Hebdo.
Yeah, then they'd really come after us. Yes.
He's just watching it going, I think the translation must be wrong. Did he just say my wife has a cock? Kill him. Kill him. I'm putting a fatwa on this son of a bitch.
I want to continue down the path of bad sequels. Did you ever see Ted 2? The talking teddy bear movie with Marky Mark?
I don't think I did.
It's not good, but there's one great scene. And I can't where I think they something happens and it's good. Is like, how do we celebrate? You want to go to the improv and yell at stupid shit? And they go, fuck yeah. And so it's these guys on stage, and you need to look at it. Everybody needs to Google Ted 2 improv scene, because the improv actors are great, because they're these overly like, hey everybody, we need a suggestion from the audience. They come off as the overeager, cheesy improv people, and then you have fucking Seth MacFarlane's voice and Marky Mark like, all right, we need a place, and one of them yells, the offices of Charlie Hebdo. Like, oh, okay, they just yell out all fucking rotten shit, and it's beautiful. Like God, what's the name of the plane that the pilot crashed into the ground? The something wings cockpit, but no, the German one that the pilot actually crashed, like something wings, like flight wings. But either it's the movie is unwatchable and bad. But that, if you Google Ted 2 improv scene, it's a gem. It's the best thing in the entire movie.
I'll check it out. The show is pretty good, man.
I never saw the show, but all right, next story. We've got a guy running for governor here in Iowa, and he is pointing out that in Q2 of 2024, the United States sold $3.16 billion worth of soybeans to China, and in Q2 of 2025, $0. $3.16 billion to zero. And he's saying that that's because of bad trade policy with China. I think we need to look at this as a win. Fuck you, China. You're not getting our soybeans. USA. That's the spin I'm putting at it. We're not giving China any more of our soybeans. No more soybeans. It says US loses out on billions in soybean sales. No, US keeps billions of pounds of soybeans crops right here in America. USA first. That's the spin I'm putting on it for our dear leader. I
always wished we were more soy heavy as a nation. And now I've got that wish, so I'm pretty stoked on it, Zach.
Yeah. I always see our I've got to make I floated a conspiracy theory a while ago, like 2 months ago. I don't know if I did it on here, but I know I did a video where I asked, what if all the farmers that are going bankrupt right now was done by design and not accident? Because we have a pro-corporation administration, and they don't give a shit about small farmers. And when a small farmer goes out of business, it's not like the land goes fallow. A large conglomerate buys it up, and they might rent it back to the farmer or let the farmer work it. But either way, I just saw a TikTok, your valuable news source for all things true. But a guy was interviewing Wisconsin farmers and said, what's your number one concern now? He goes, we're losing family farmers. Big conglomerates, corporations are buying. I know, guy says, I know 20 people.
Tariffs either. That's been going on for a long
time. But it's kicked into overdrive right now. The whole point is, he said that he knows 20 people personally that have given up, and we see that suicide rates are increasing. And with 3.6 billion to zero, this could be by design. You want more corporate control, and as everyone says, you fucking voted for this. This is what you voted for. So
yeah, I don't know how the hell anyone thought that tariffs were going to make goods cost less for them. I mean, that's just insane. But I honestly, I don't think that part is by design. And I could be wrong. You never know. Maybe there are some like massive, like mega farmers, who are kind of lobbying Trump or whatever. But I think it's really his tariff stuff is more of a way to kind of push other countries into doing stuff that he wants. Because look at this one with Brazil, man. This is clearly just because he's like, I like Bolsonaro and I want you to let him go, so you get a tariff for it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, and it's on coffee, which we don't really have the ability to grow coffee in most of this country. Like, there's no way that we would ever be able to kind of fill that with our own coffee industry.
Starbucks gets fucked again
for coffee. Yeah. And to get a Brazilian dictator out.
I want to talk. Mike Ashby left a comment, but look how much beef China got. And then Paul saying, look, our beef prices have skyrocketed because beef products aren't producing as much. Then tariffs on Brazilian beef is about 76%. Well, what I have been seeing is we used to sell beef to China and Australia. I remember 20 years ago or more when people threw a fit because it turned out McDonald's, U.S.-based McDonald's, was buying Australian beef. And that's all China's done. China's gone, we're not getting U.S. beef anymore. And people are showing it's all Australian beef.
I thought it was from like the rainforest. It was from like South America, right?
It might be that too. Well, I know that right now they jumped to Australia because it's closer. But the whole point is, every time our farmers or ag business loses out, it gets replaced. And we sit on the crops. Like, we lose the money, but they don't lose the product. They just get it somewhere else. This is, a 99.9, all agree that tariffs are what made the Depression great. Yes, it was like, and so I don't know the corporations are digressing independent. That is definitely possible. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's I picked a bad month to buy stock in soybean companies, man. That was me. I shouldn't have done that.
Thousands of houses, no dairy. Yeah, I lived on a dairy farm in California, and California has some big farms, 68 to 71. They didn't vote for tariffs. They voted to own the libs because it's the libs that ruin America most. Well, here's the thing, Sophie and Ken. They didn't vote for tariffs. They voted to own the libs because it's the libs that ruined America. Most farmers will still vote MAGA. The video I saw, and videos are edited selectively. You can talk to 20 people and then just show the 3 you want to show. I understand that. Every single farmer they talked to, it was Wisconsin, rural Wisconsin farmers. If you find it, I don't have the name, but they said they all complained about how they're losing everything. And then the next follow-up question was, do you support Donald Trump? Oh, yeah, he's taking care of them immigrants. They all talked about immigrants. Every single one went straight from we need help.
What the hell they think is picking their crops, man? That is one industry that should
on
this whole mass deportation.
This is Wisconsin, so they are big combines like Iowa. So it's just corn, and you have a big combine that the machinery does it all. This is not hand picking like California strawberries, almond. This is all machine.
Yeah.
And so what the southern states need to
have anybody picking.
God damn it. I'm going to solve every fucking problem in the world, and nobody listens to our podcast. What we need is mechanated machine. John Deere is going bankrupt. John Deere is continually laying people off. Hey, invent something that replaces the workers picking strawberries and apples and almonds. Let's just mechanize that. Then it's win-win. You get more sales of machines, the farmers get their crops picked, and we get to close the border. Everybody's happy.
All right, here's what we do. Really big Roombas. They go out there, they suck the whole plant out. Then smaller Roomba separates strawberries from leaves.
Yes, that's it. Farmers and churches are unreal. Yes, churches. We know that churches are the worst. Terrible. Oh, that's worst pun ever. This is absolutely terrible. Nebraska ranchers at one point wanted to start their own processing plants. They didn't have the cash. Supposedly they were going to partner with Walmart. Then Walmart was going to sell the beef. Interesting take. Iowa did that with corn. Iowa created their own ethanol plants. But now we are seeing for the first time ever advertising saying, hey, remember when you fill up your gas tank, use Iowa ethanol, because if this is off the top of my head, so someone fact check me, I believe there were subsidies that may have gotten doged or cut out where Iowa ethanol was subsidized, and it is not that I know of.
I only huff premium gas because the ethanol stuff gives me heartburn. It's bullshit. I don't care.
It is. My tech sucked. Boston Dynamics need to act. Yeah, there you go. Get Boston. They got all the robotics in the world. They just make them dance. Coffee grows great in Iowa. I grew Iowa, hour north of Cedar Rapids for 5 years until I got COVID. It grew great and should be Iowa's new crop. I can't tell if this is a troll or if we're being fucked with. Does coffee grow great in Iowa?
It had to be like
today,
right?
It's humid as fuck. It is like a fucking Colombian rainforest outside in Iowa. So if coffee grows great in tropical climates, today it could grow in Iowa.
It is crazy humid in that state.
Let's ask.
I don't know why it's so much hotter in the summer and colder in the winter than New York, because you literally just hop on Interstate 80 after you get off the George Washington Bridge, and you drive long enough, and you just straight west, and you're in Iowa.
Yeah, but it's got to be a buildings thing to go with it. All right, I just asked ChatGPT, would coffee beans grow well in Iowa? Not really. Iowa isn't a good place for coffee cultivation. Here's why. Climate needs, tropical climates, elevations. That's it. Stable temperature, stable, and we don't have that. Consistent rainfall, no frost. So maybe you could do it in summer for a month. But so I think that was a troll. Like, it took me by surprise. Like, wait, coffee in Iowa? He's fucking with us.
Any beans grown less than 2,000 feet? What am I, a fucking animal?
All right,
coffee. That's disgusting. It tastes like crystal meth addicts.
Here's one. Immigration judge orders Mahmoud, it's not like Muhammad, but I still think it's Mahmoud Khalid deported to Syria or Algeria. And this was a big case because they're like, oh, Trump, they're sending ICE in because he was a pro-Palestinian activist. And I think it's Ted Cruz again. Ted Cruz said something. I'm like, God damn, no, it was Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio said, hey, he lied on his visa application. It doesn't matter. Like, everyone was saying that they're picking him up because he's a pro-Palestinian activist, and maybe that's why they picked him up. But when they went to court, they said, hey, I can't remember what he lied about, but that seems to be what they got him on. They said that he did lie on his application.
This doesn't feel very targeted and selected.
It does, but they found the real.
Come on, man.
I don't know if the courts are going to say maybe you picked him up because you thought he was a dick, but he did lie on his application. If you're going to lie in your application, you get kicked out. I'm joining the Republican Party on this one.
I don't know, man. This feels like a $50 fine kind of situation if you're yelling "Yay Israel," and a deported
kicked out of the country
yelling "Yay." That's why.
Well, yeah, the punishment may be different depending on what side you're on. Yeah. I get that. Okay, I'll grant you that.
If this kid was running around with a T-shirt with Trump's AI Gaza casino on, there's no fucking way he'd be getting deported right now.
I want to know why it's Syria or Algeria, because I'm scrolling to see where his home country is. Why can't they send him back there?
Well, because I think it's rubble right now.
Is he Palestinian? Okay. A former Columbia graduate student that ordered that he be. I'm scrolling. I don't see. A Palestinian originally from Syria accused the Trump administration of using... Okay, so send him to Syria because he... Yeah. All right, I see both sides of this one. I'm not going to lie. I see Jake. I see your side. I get it. The punishment doesn't fit the crime at all. But I could see how they took him to court on it. Maybe it was probably a snatch because, we don't like you.
This is Brittany Griner getting El Chapo sentencing for half a vape pen of weed at the airport. Like that.
Yes.
That's what this is. This is us doing what Putin did to Brittany Griner to this kid.
Yeah,
not for criticizing our government, by the way. For criticizing a government on the other side of the fucking planet.
Yep.
That's what can get you deported. Yeah.
All right, couple more stories. Then we got 10 minutes to football. Former CDC director tells Senate committee the true reason she believes she was fired. RFK held the disastrous testified before, and he said that in an interview with Susan Moranes that he asked her, "Are you trustworthy?" and she answered no, so he fired her. And it seems that that's not the case.
What do you? Yeah, I mean, I ask everybody on the test, are you trustworthy? And I don't know why she put no. It's so crazy.
What?
You trustworthy? Really? That's what you are claiming is the reason?
Well, it turns out that we know that he fired, I believe it was 17. I'm doing this off memory. He fired all 17 members of an advisory panel and replaced them with puppets and anti-vaxxers and morons. And then he asked her to rubber stamp anything they asked for without any research or data, or it was literally like, all right, now I've got these 17 dipshits in place and I need you to rubber stamp whatever they say. And she said, no, fuck you. I'm not doing that. So he fired her. And here's the thing.
He gave her a piece of paper that had the question, are you trustworthy?
Right.
Circle this dot for yes and this dot for no. Like, what is that even? Come on.
And the best part is I listened to
describing something else he asked her to do.
Right.
She's untrustworthy because she wouldn't do A, B, or C.
Then I listened to a long report on it. It's like, you know what's going to happen to RFK? Nothing. Like he serves at the leisure of Trump. So I don't know. They didn't say anything like, oh, if the Senate gets its asses together and say we're going to kick you out. But no, just
he serves at the pleasure of the president, and so all he has to do is please Trump. He doesn't have to be good at running the CDC. The only thing he has to do to please Trump is every now and then Trump would call him during a manic episode at 2 a.m. and it'd be like, Robert, I want you to FaceTime me, Robert. Robert, I have a delivery man showing up to your door right now. I want you to eat the Big Mac. Eat the Big Mac. Do it in heels. Eat the Big Mac in heels, Robert. Okay, miss. If this is what, all right, it's so gross. There's so many chemicals. Call yourself a naughty little pig, and I think it's like a whole BDSM relationship. I feel it's based on high heels and Big Macs.
It's a good one. All right, the final story. I'm just gonna jump. It's so quick, and then we'll tear through the comments. I love the video of Trump at the National Golf Club in Bedminster saying, "Smart people don't like me." I mean, and it's not taken out of context. You watch the longer clip, and it's literally like, no, they don't like the educated, don't like me. He just goes, and then the people giggle.
That's
like
the real reason she got fired from the CDC.
Yes, because smart people don't like dumb people, and I can't believe we live in a world where Trump just says that. And all his supporters are like, yeah, we're not smart. We love him. Like, literally, the base doesn't understand that he's calling you stupid.
Yeah.
All right, let's cut to Snork quick because he says he's like, not a troll. I originally grew coffee to help Kiribati develop new crops. I designed a system to grow coffee in buildings. Okay, that used to be used for stores, not a troll. Okay, so it's the hype. Yeah, we've seen a lot of that. You grow crops vertically. You have water trickle down. You have
It's tough to do that with what would be massive fields of crops, right? That gets crazy expensive, doesn't it?
No. That's what I just said. Is it
outside?
A lot of it is vertical farming because if you have, like he's saying right here, if you have an empty store and you can climate control it, so where you'd need, I'm going to make this number up, 100 acres to grow something, you can do it on 2 acre of store because you're growing vertically, and you start the water at the top and it trickles down. So it does it there. He's not wrong. There's all sorts of fascinating modern ways to grow crops. All right, I didn't think of the indoor stuff.
Our coffee tastes like high fructose corn syrup and piss. It's disgusting.
Yes. If they call you to step, nobody's calling me to step in for Jimmy. I've been holding myself back long enough. Jake the couch warmer. Yeah, you'd be my. Who's the heavy? Yeah, who is the fat man?
I'll gain the weight back.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've torn through the comments, and we've run out of time. So TikTok, we neglected you once again because we can't figure out how to see comments. I Googled, I said, oh, the comments pop up. It's like, no, they really don't. At the end of the TikTok, it says, you had 2 comments. I'm like, I never saw anything. I see people coming and going really fast, like, oh, Shelby joined. Who are these 2 fucking assholes? Shelby left. So YouTube, you're still our favorite because you stick around, you comment with us, and oh shit, that scrolled all the way to the bottom. There we go. All right, I have been Nathan Timmel. I have a website, nathantimmel.com. You can find everything on there, upcoming shows. I just got back from Michigan. Lovely room in Niles, Michigan, the Comedy Underground. T-shirt store online, comedy special on YouTube, Unapologetic, bookstore on Amazon. It's all at nathantimmel.com. My friend and fellow podcaster for, God, over 10 years now, Jake Vevera, Vevera, the @ sign, on all social media. His special, Unalived by Dog Pills, is on YouTube. He doesn't have a website. That's why I just say you can find him on all social media. He's modern. He's on the socials. So, all right, we will see you next week. Sorry about the confusion for yesterday. Oh, I didn't say, yeah, I was in, I had shit hotel. We tried. We got hooked up, and it was glitchy, and it would collapse, and it fell apart, and so we pushed it to today. Next week should be Saturday again, I believe. Back to normal. All right, bye, everyone.
Iowa-grown coffee tastes like Bridget McCrone's dick.
And the